kind of pay attention. There's a lot of things going around right now. Coin cans and different things to donate and all those things. And I can tell you prayer is going to be more important than anything, especially for you kids. Adults, you can dig as deep as you can in your pockets and help. The Bartlett family is going to appreciate that without question. I want to explain a couple things to you guys so that it just comes from one person, and they have designated me to be the spokesperson. One of the funnest job I've ever had, but Boone's worth it, and we just want to go through everything with you. Go ahead. So, I'm certainly not a doctor, but I had a lot explained to me yesterday, and there's been a lot of wonderment about. Boone moved his toe, and he moved this, and he moved that, and we want to just kind of set you straight on a couple of things so everybody knows what we're dealing with. The first is, I want to tell you about the accident. You wonder as a football player if you want to play. That kind of an accident is what happens in football. And I can tell you in the 30 years I've done it, I've put maybe 25 to 26 kids on boards as precautionary reasons. Never had one of these. I've had calls from all around the country from guys who had played in the NFL. A great Chicago Bear, Doug Plank, who's actually going to be out here in a couple of weeks when we have an assembly for them. And they've explained to me, these are such random accidents that it's just really hard to live with it, especially when it's on my watch as a coach. But I want to tell you about Boone. I'm the one who got him out to play football. But I did it because of his passion and his unbelievable sense of humor that he has. He makes everybody happy in the room, and I know that everybody I talk to, especially his dear friends, feel that way. So I'm grateful for him and everything that he has. And I have no doubt that Boone Rally knows hundreds of people because of just who he is. I guarantee you before this is over, he's going to know hundreds of thousands of people because of the inspiration that he's going to be throughout this challenge in his life. And I plan on being there, and I know you guys do too. This is CUNA High School. We've had our nicks every now and again, but as a collaborative group, you guys know how to rally around each other, and I've seen that several times. So we're going to get our opportunity. My big ego promised these kids a state championship. I'm going to tell you what the state championship is going to be. When he walks into this school to thank you guys. And that'll be our state championship, and that'll be plenty for everybody. So, when he was playing, he was out at a wide receiver spot, and he was coming down to block somebody, and he tripped. And as he tripped, he's so athletic, he could do anything, and he started going really, really fast with his feet in short steps to stay on his feet, and as he went forward, he went down, and one of our other players was blocking one of their big kids, so there was a lot of weight standing in one place. And as he hit the thigh of one of our players, it just cocked his neck back. The blessings from this injury are that he rolled over on his back, so we did not have to move him. The other blessing with a C4 injury is that he was breathing, because that many, many times is not the case. And I walked up on him first, and I came over his face to see his eyes open, and I said, "Are you okay?" And he says, "Coach, I don't think so." And he stayed reverent and quiet like that throughout the whole process of them checking him out. And he was as courageous a young man as I've ever seen in my life. And I'm grateful to know this kid and to help him. So here's what happened. And I'm going to do this as a football coach, not a doctor. But I want you to know where he's at and everything. This spore here, this C4 in his throat, that's where they had to cut in the first night for surgery to repair that. And it's right here. This one shattered when he cocked his head back. Even in a car accident, you don't break all of these. Usually it's one at a time that just explodes. And when it did, it got pushed back in. You see how the lines are pretty straight here? This line got pushed back to here a little bit into the spinal cord. And it's touching the outside of the spinal cord. It didn't sever it. It didn't do anything horrific from what was explained to us on there. But it did damage the cord. And in this cord, this is dying on me. In this cord, he's got swelling right around this whole area. And when people want to ask, is he moving? Does he have a chance? Is any of those questions? I mean, those are all honest questions, you guys. And everybody has the right to be really, really struggling with this and feel victimized yourself because he's your dear friend and your teammate. But what he's dealing with is there's swelling here, and until that swelling subsides and goes away, we can't tell anything. The surgeons, the doctors, everybody, nobody can tell what's going to happen until that swelling goes down. So, did he move his toe? Did he move a finger and things like that? Everything's just up in the air until that swelling goes away. Now, he'll still have things move because of memory and twitching and things like that. But he's very frustrated right now until he sees a buddy walk in, and then he's joking and having fun, and he's being Boone. He's about as courageous as you can be. But he's got a battle on his hands, and until that swelling goes down, we don't know anything. So when you ask somebody, you know, people have come to me, well, what do you think will happen? There's no way to know. This whole thing right now is in Boone's court and in God's court. And that's why we're going to keep praying, and that's why we're going to keep supporting Boone, because those are the two participants in this thing. So just understand where he's at. The doctor, Dr. Anderson, Bruce Anderson, that went in is one of the best in the country. I did see the surgery done, and what he did is, I don't know if any of you guys have gone to the dentist and lost a tooth and you've had a bridge to come in and fill that. But what happens here is he took a titanium plate, and you can see a screw go in about this far. And it came down here, and it went in here too. So now instead of this, it's a titanium plate. And it is perfect. So his back is back to probably stronger than it ever will be. The titanium is pretty amazing. So that structure is perfect. Now it's just letting the bruised spinal cord heal. So what you have inside the spinal cord is a white matter around it, and then in the middle is a gray matter. And when you look, do we have that other one, Wally? Is there another picture?
Not there.
Those are the ones. So there's your C4, as you can see. Coming down in that, oh, it's working again. So coming down in here, there's swelling, there's just white stuff inside the gray matter. And what that is once that white stuff dissipates, then we'll know where he's at. So there's neurons in there, okay? And my neuron in my back doesn't go all the way up to my head. The neuron in my spinal cord is letting me do this right now, okay? Now, if I have an accident like Boone did and I blow that C4 out the back and it hits the spine, I don't have that anymore. So some neurons are working and some aren't. While they're swelling, none of them are working. When the swelling goes away, we'll find out, okay, that neuron to this side of his body isn't working anymore. This neuron's working really good. And as Boone does physical therapy and things like that, this neuron starts to take over and starts to make this one work on his job. He starts taking it for two now. And that was explained to me, and that's where I started getting fired up. So that he has an amazing chance at full recovery on this thing, and we've just got to keep praying that everything works out to where he needs to be at the end of this thing. Now you talk about duration and things like that, we have no idea. No idea. So you can't even let your brain think about that. So I hope I answered everything that's in the back of your mind on this thing. he has definitely suffered some trauma, and when that starts to relax, we'll be fine. I want you to know this. The hospital can't take all of you. But if you've hung out with him, if you played on the football team with him, we're going to get some structure going where you're able to know when to go in and the time of day when you can go in, and you can go in and talk to Boone. Don't touch him. You know, I went in and wanted to hold his hand and did that the first couple of times, but he's having some different things go on, and if you touch his shoulder, it'll feel like a bee sting to him because things are trying to wake up. So just know that you can go in and you can talk to him and you can love him and be a good friend to him, and he'll tell you just as funny the things that he told you before, and these guys will share that with you today. So I'm anxious for that. I've met some neat kids through this thing. The next one, Wally. Okay, so I want to introduce this young man, and I want to have him just kind of tell you the next phase of this, and we're kind of going to go down this now and speed up the process, and then at the end I'll talk to you again. But you guys know what to do when I mention this kid's name, and I want you to do it loud enough for Boone to hear it. You hear me? Your student body president, Casey Cobb.
Hello. All right, so first off, I'd just like to say how proud I am to be president of a student body like you guys. I'm amazed at how well that all of us have reacted and at how we've been able to come together as both a school and as a community. And I appreciate it, and I know Boone and I know his family extremely appreciates it. So if that we could just please keep up, prayers and all that stuff. And I know that he will be able to make his recovery. All right, so as you can see here, we are making $5 t-shirts. The Cowboy is the front, the Spears are the back. And we'll be selling these for what? For $5 and we'll start making them just within the next little while. And then somebody else will tell you where those proceeds are going. So,
thank you, Casey. Okay, next, Wally.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys give a hand to Bailey Barlow, man.
I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been in there to see him. I know that he might not show that he's happy that you guys are there, but he is. I also want to say thank you to every single person that's here today, every kid that goes to this high school. All your words on Facebook, he has been reading them throughout the last couple days, and some of you he doesn't even know, but he really does appreciate it, and I know I do too. Last night I was with him, and he wanted to watch the video I don't even know who made that video. He watched that, and that was good for him, and all he has to say is thank you, and that he loves all of you. So thank you guys very much.
This is supposed to be, we thought maybe the first couple of rows would be full, just to talk to the parents, look at who showed up. This is awesome. I'm here to talk a little bit about the Caring Bridge site. It's kind of a main site. It is the main site where you're going to be able to go to see updates on Boone, because we want to kind of condense them to one area so everybody's not getting all the different information like Coach Leslie was talking about. That he's moving a finger, he's moving a leg. We want all the right information out there. So this Caring site's where Caring Bridge is where you go. You go in there to the Caring Bridge. You set up an account, and then you just go, you type in Boone Bartlemy, and it's going to take you to this site. And there's a lot of different things in here. There's the homepage, the guest book. You can sign. So just let them know you're thinking about them. Terry, can you go down to that one tribute, please? Oh, it's there. I think that's there. So what this is it's on the front page, and this is a family from BK. You guys will have to read it, but this is what it's about. It's for Boone. So this is the main site where a lot of this stuff's going to be updated and on Boone's progress and everything. And the next thing we're going to do for him and for the family is called Take a Meal. And I'm going to bring up Heidi Guston and Monique Rue. That they're going to head this up. And this is an awesome thing, guys.
One of the first things we noticed, not even into Saturday, was how many people wanted to just help immediately with whatever they could help with. And there's a great website we found called takethemamameal.com.
So it's been determined that we would like to start getting them some homemade meals starting tomorrow. Tomorrow's meal is taken care of, but beyond that, all you need to do is go to this website, takethemamameal.com, and tonight we will have it set up that you can just go on for the next 30 days and sign up for your night if you like. And the password is Boone, so you'll need that to get onto his webpage. And then the boosters are going to provide the paper products and goods like that, but if you take anything in a pan or a crock pot or whatever, make sure you go back the next day and pick it up so the hospital doesn't have to deal with it. That would be helpful.
And we don't know exactly where Boone will be on any given day or time, so the best thing to do if you are taking him a meal is just go in right when you walk into the ICU area or wherever he's moved to next, and just ask where he's at and where you're supposed to take the meal. Because there's no way we can keep that updated anywhere on the site. So, thank you.
Hang on a second. What's that?
Oh yeah, and the meals need to be for 3 to 4 people.
And all these ladies are up here. We're going to calendar this out for the next year. So by the time Boone is home and doing his work there and everything else, the parents, those meals will be brought. We're going for a solid year on a calendar. You'll be able to put your name in anywhere you want, and they'll be able to come back and say, hey, we're fat. We want to give us a week off. Don't give us any more food. You know, you're giving us too much, and then they can get back on it. So we're in for the long haul here. It's a full commitment, and we appreciate all you guys that want to help. Yeah, it's St. Al's Hospital.
On Curtis.
On Curtis Road. So you get on the connector, take it right on Curtis Road, you'll be right there. Right now, he's on the 3rd floor in ICU, and we're not sure when he'll be out of there, but appreciate that, thank you. Probably not his favorite place to be. So he's gonna do a good job and explain to you what that picture means.
This is old. This is his truck. We always talk about doing a lot to this truck. Boone loves this truck. And
It's just mud on the tire, isn't it?
yeah. He wants to paint it. Just got missing a little paint, so he wants to paint it light blue. He wants an American flag on the roof and on the tailgate. And we're gonna just fix everything up. Gonna make it look good and real nice.
Thank you for your guys' support. It really means a lot to him. It just makes his day when he sees y'all. Thank you.
So what our initial plan is those t-shirts, we're gonna try to get 2,000 of them donated, and I think we're on a good track right now to that. We're gonna sell them to you guys for $5. And then I'm gonna get everybody in the Treasure Valley to buy these, so we have to order 10,000 shirts if it takes that. But I'm gonna rely on student body kids to help Boone trick his truck. We don't need parents. He wears a number 2, and we need $2. And that's the direction we'll go on that. Dustin will take care of that. He'll help with the money and get that in the right direction with Bailey. And it'll be pretty cool when he sees that truck. He'll probably get it money the first day, but it'll be pretty cool. So I want to thank Dustin. That's a heck of a kid right there. Give him another hand, please.
So that kind of leads me into something I forgot to talk about. Sorry, guys. I'm not as polished as Coach Wesley. There's a lot of people from already all over the United States are wanting to send donations and know how they can support Boone. And we're working on that right now. We're setting up an account tomorrow with U.S. Bank. That's going to be set up to where all the funds go directly to Boone and his family. We're going to set that up where it can be online also, so you can either go to the U.S. Bank, make your deposit, or give your donations to them. You can go, we'll have it we're going to try to have the right button on Carrot Bridge. We'll have the PayPal button on our website, so you can just go right in there, hit the PayPal button, that donation will go directly to the family. They're in it for a long haul, and anything we can do for them is just going to be a blessing to them. So, and I know there's a lot of people that have been asking about that, and that's what we've put together so far. We're all learning through all this whole process.
No. So, everybody's real concerned about Boone. They don't think that he's okay. But he's himself. He's in the room. He's making jokes. First thing he asked me was to make him a pizza. He said he'll eat it as soon as he can. Other than that, all we can do is pray for him.
Boone, when we went in, I think it was Danny, I'm not sure. But we went in there, and he looked at us and he said, "Man, them nurses, they just couldn't wait to get my clothes off. They just ripped them off." Gotta love Boone. Thank you.
There were a couple more, but I said no. I'm going to be on the side when the news cameras aren't here, I'll tell you. Okay, what's next? Okay, that was them. And quite honestly, his buddies go about 100 and something deep on the football team too. And it was an amazing season that they had, and they were just skyrocketing up with a 7-2 season, and they're down 7 points in that game. And everything that they've been working for the last 6 months went that way in one play. And Boone, before he got loaded, he said, "Coach, tell those kids to win this game." And we just couldn't. We were more worried about Boone than the football game, and that right there is the lesson. I'm a football coach, and I like to win a lot of football games, but when it's time to put somebody else first instead of yourself, then you learn the true lessons of brotherhood and of life and of adversity. And what a great opportunity for us to rise up and see how much we can help this fallen brother and get him picked up again. And we plan on doing that for the long haul, whatever it takes. And I know that you guys do too. And I want you to know, from a counseling point of view, if you feel like a victim, you need to come in and talk to our counselors. And you should feel like a victim if you love it, because it shouldn't have happened. But it did, so we got to deal with that. I asked my football team who they were all year long, and they said 42, because of a great athlete that had been an amazing, inspiring person, Jackie Robinson. And the whole reason behind that was to try and help these boys do things the right way and pass up the parties when those invitations came up, and pass up those wrong opportunities and try and make good decisions on the right opportunities. And we're going to continue to go that way. But my season's over, the football team's season over, so we've got a new one. And it's going to go to our student body. On that play, when Boone got loaded into the ambulance, it was on huddle. It was play number 42. Just amazes me. So Jeremy, who's so amazing, and he wanted to show that video, and quite frankly, I'm glad we couldn't, because we'd all be bawling right now. But he did a great job, and it was a tribute to Boone. We're going to make some happier once this time goes on here. But when I ask you why are you here, you're going to say 4-2 for number 2. We just moved the hashtag into the middle for number 2. That cool? You guys do that for me one time? I'm going to ask you why are you here, and you're going to say for number 2. You ready? Why are you here? We're going to keep saying that until this journey ends for him and we get it going again. Sorry if I spit on you. There's one more thing. I got a phone call today, and this is an amazing phone call by a gentleman that told me a quick story about how he broke his neck. And he's going to tell you a little bit of that, but I said, well, where did you do it at? He said, on the football field. I said, oh my gosh, when? He said, 1977, Granada Hills, California. And I said, who was your running back? And he said, Jim Giannetti. I said, Jim Giannetti was my college teammate. But what a small world this is. But he's going to just tell you quickly. I know you got to go, but I want you to hear this quick story, because he's going to be back for an assembly with Doug playing. But please give him a hand.
My name is Brian Cameron. Campbell, and I read this story in the newspaper. I did not know Coach Leslie, and I did not know Boone. November 4th, 1977 was the day I broke my neck. I got carted off the field just like Boone. I knew that I had to get in touch with Coach Leslie, and when he learned that I played at Granada Hills, and we talked about the teammates, how the connection. And I just wanted to come up here and share a little bit of hope and faith. I knew that I know where Boone's at. I was laying in that bed. I wasn't able to walk. I wasn't able to move. I had surgery, exactly what Coach was talking about. And I do know that the one thing that kept hope and faith for me was the prayers, the positiveness. Not only did I break my neck once, I broke my neck twice. So we don't know what Boone's road is. I know what Boone's road is. It's going to be tough. If you all can keep that thought, that image of Boone. I've learned so much about this kid this morning from his parents and from Coach. Anything's possible. I see a vision of him. I'm going to see him tonight. I didn't have a chance to talk to him. I know that I walked out, and I know anything's possible. I don't know what Boone and what's going to happen. I know with a student body like this, with the parents like this, I know that he can feel this love. I also know that if you go home every night and see that picture of Boone walking, I know that it can be possible. I'm not saying that that might happen, but I know with those positive thoughts, he'll feel it. His mom expressed it to me this morning. He told a joke. Boone got that titanium rod, and he said to his mom, "I'm the man of steel." I laughed. Because when I told his mom the story, and I brought in my x-rays and showed her my titanium rod, she said, "My son has a soul brother," and I said, "I'm the other man of steel." I'll be here for Kuna High School. I'll be here for this community. I live here in Meridian. I'm going to be here for Boone. I'm going to be here for Coach. Anybody that wants to come up and talk to me after this to find out some of the thoughts, some of the things that he might be going through, I can't answer for Boone. I can answer from someone who's broken his neck. He feels it. His best friends, he knows it. His sister, I met her this morning. And I'll tell you what, keep those positive thoughts coming. If you got a chance to go see him, go down and see him. Because all of you guys are going to help him heal. Thanks for letting me share this morning.
On your way out, Bailey would love any hug she can get. Thank you very much for coming. I know this is short.